Good, happy Saturday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to my morning news report right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. Take a look at this photo here in Alton, New Hampshire yesterday. 11-year-old charged after woman killed, man injured in Alton shooting. Few details released because of suspect's age. An 11-year-old was taken into custody Friday morning after a woman was killed and a man critically injured in a shooting in Alton, officials said. Police responded to a 911 call at a home on Dubin's Way about 7:30 a.m., officials said. Liziette Ehrkert, 50, was found dead of a gunshot wound, and James Ehrkert, 48, was critically injured with a gunshot wound, officials said. Assistant Attorney General Jeffrey Ward said a juvenile has been taken into custody, but because a juvenile is involved, he could release few details. Ward said the juvenile was charged with 1 count of reckless second-degree murder and 1 count of attempted murder. Ward said he could not release the relationship between the two victims. James Ehrkert was being taken to Portsmouth Regional Hospital. The suspect was taken into custody about 9 a.m., sources said. Ward said he could give no details on where the juvenile was found. A woman who lives nearby said she got a knock on her door shortly after the shooting was reported. 2 nearby schools were placed into secure campus mode while the situation was ongoing. Prospect Mountain School Principal J. Fitzpatrick said there was no immediate threat to the school, but measures were put in place as a precaution. The Community Church of Alton opened its doors Friday for anyone who wanted to visit and pray. The Reverend Sam Hollow said although the church doesn't have confirmation on who was involved in the shooting, he believes the victims are known to many members of the church. Members of the church plan to be available to the community Saturday, and a special service is planned for Sunday. And now let's take a listen to that press conference that took place last night.
Good evening. We are on the air with breaking news on the shooting in Alton. Law enforcement sources are giving an update right now. Let's listen in.
Office. We have a brief statement to provide to you all concerning today's incident in Alton, New Hampshire. I do want to say before I begin and be clear up front that because this incident involves a juvenile perpetrator, we are prohibited by law from providing you with much in the way of additional information beyond our statement. What I can tell you is that today, March 15, 2019, at approximately 7:30 a.m., a 911 call was received reporting a shooting at 76 Dobbins Way in Alton, New Hampshire. Officers from the Alton Police Department responded to the residence. An adult female, Lizette Eckert, age 50, who had suffered a gunshot wound, was found deceased at the residence. An autopsy for Miss Eckert is tentatively scheduled for tomorrow. An adult male, James Eckert, age 48, was also found at the residence and had suffered gunshot wounds. Mr. Eckert was transported to the Portsmouth Regional Hospital, and he remains in critical condition. In addition to the officers from the Alton Police Department, the Belknap Regional Special Operations Group also responded to the scene where a search ensued in the area surrounding the residence for the assailant. At approximately 9:30 a.m. this morning, a juvenile was taken into custody. The New Hampshire State Police Major Crime Unit, with the assistance of officers from the Alton Police Department, have undertaken the investigation that has followed. The juvenile who was taken into custody this morning has since been charged under the juvenile laws in this state with 1 count of reckless second-degree murder and 1 count of attempted murder. As I have stated, since the alleged perpetrator is a juvenile, the law precludes any further information from being released. But I do also want to ask that anyone with any additional information about this matter, please contact Detective Sergeant William Bright with the New Hampshire State Police. His phone number is 603-223-4381. I'll take any questions you have.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for my morning news report right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you back here later on today for another news report. Goodbye, everyone.